In today's video, we are going to discuss aphorism number 7 from Organon of Medicine in detail. Hello and welcome to my channel Homeopathy World. I am Dr. Samina, a homeopathic doctor from India, and if you are viewing my channel for the first time, please do subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon to get the notification on our latest updates. So without further ado, let's get started with the aphorism number 7. So the aphorism number 7 states that now as in a disease from which no manifest exciting or maintaining cause, that is, causa occasionalis, has to be removed, we can perceive nothing but the morbid symptoms. So Hahnemann says, if there is a disease without any exciting or maintaining cause, that is the causa occasionalis, then we can see nothing but the morbid symptoms in the patient. Now, it must regard being had to the possibility of a miasm, and attention should be paid to the accessory circumstances. Now, in such cases where there is no exciting or maintaining cause, then we should assume that there is some underlying miasm to it, and the attention should be paid to any accessory circumstances that are present that are providing these morbid symptoms. Okay, so be the symptoms alone by which the disease demands and points to the remedy suited to relieve it. So only paying attention to the symptoms alone can give us the remedy, and that remedy will suitably act on the patient and relieve the patient of his sufferings. And moreover, the totality of these symptoms of the outwardly reflected picture or the portrait of the disease, of the internal essence of the disease, that is of the affection of the vital force, must be the principle or sole means whereby the disease can make known what remedy it requires. So basically, he's saying that where there is no maintaining or exciting cause, or there is no causa occasionalis, we should focus more on the morbid symptoms and get the clear picture or totality of the disease, and this totality itself will give us the remedy that we require. But we don't have to forget that there should be an underlying miasm or accessory circumstances to this particular condition, disease condition. Now, the only thing that can determine the choice of an appropriate remedy, and thus, in a word, the totality of the symptoms, must be the principal choice of a physician, and indeed the only thing that the physician has to take note of in every case of the disease. And to remove by means of his art, as you know that homeopathic case taking is considered as an art, so a physician should remove this disease only by the means of portrait of the disease or the totality of the symptoms only, and in order that it shall be cured and transformed into health, so that the patient should be transformed into health. Now you can see that the footnote 1 says that it is not necessary to say that every intelligent physician would first remove this where it exists. The indisposition thereupon generally ceases spontaneously. So it is not necessary that every physician will first go with the maintaining or exciting cause or the indisposition, but it will generally cease spontaneously after giving the remedy. So he will remove from the room strong smelling flowers which have the tendency to cause syncope or hysterical sufferings, extract from the cornea the foreign body that excites the inflammation of the eye, loosen the over-tight bandage on a wounded limb that threatens to cause mortification, and apply a more suitable one. Lay bare and put ligature on the wounded artery that produces fainting. Endure to promote the expulsion by vomiting of belladonna berries that may be swallowed. Extract foreign substances that may have got into the orifices of the body like nose, gut, ear, urethra, rectum, vagina, etc., and crush the vesical calculus. Open the imperforate anus of the newborn infant. So every intelligent physician should first understand his shortcomings. According to Hahnemann, if a physician understands that he has to remove the cause or he has to remove the exciting or maintaining cause of the disease, then the disease will cease spontaneously after the removal of this particular cause. So as here he has explained through various examples that if there is a foreign body in your eye, you have to first remove the foreign body in order to remove the inflammation of the eye. Keeping the foreign body there, even if you're giving homeopathic medicines, it will not act on your patient. Obviously, there is a maintaining cause over there. There is an exciting cause over there. So you have to remove that cause and then you have to treat the patient. And removing of the cause sometimes spontaneously cures your patient. Okay. So Hahnemann, during that time, he had this depth of thought and he had this foresight that today only a few homeopaths in the world are able to extract a foreign body from the nose, ear, eye, or apply sutures or give gastric lavage or even open and imperforate anus. So Hahnemann knew it very well that not all conditions are applicable to homeopathic medicines. And there are cases where you do not need any medicine. There is only a slight change in the diet and regimen of the patient that can make the patient better. We have so many lifestyle related illnesses nowadays like diabetes, hypertension, etc. And we are still trying to find a chemical cure for all of these through allopathic medicines. And then there are cases which will need surgical procedures to elevate the suffering of the patient. Now it is so sad that these days majority of the homeopaths, even in India, are not even trained to perform the most basic emergency procedures like suturing, splinting, setting a displaced shoulder or extracting a foreign body from an orifice, or even conducting a normal delivery or tracheostomy. So mention in the comment section below if you know any of these emergency procedures or you would like to learn these emergency procedures through a course or an extended diploma. Then I will make a separate video on that topic as well. Okay. So we don't need to work as surgeons. But these are the basic emergency procedures that you may need to perform sometimes in your casualty. And irrespective of the pathy that you are practicing, every physician should have these emergency procedural skills. Okay. So if Hahnemann would have been here today, he would have surely insisted on learning these emergency procedures or surgical procedures. And even according to me, it should be taught in our colleges and government institutes that are willing to allow homeopaths to do these procedures on their own. And while Hahnemann was insisting on the importance of these symptoms, he did not leave any scope of misunderstanding regarding the fundamental cause of the disease, that is the susceptibility. So he says that we should always regard the possibility of a miasm or a necessary circumstance according to the aphorism 5. So in the brackets he is written that while you take care of the totality of symptoms, do not ignore the possibility that there can be an underlying miasm or accessory circumstance to this particular disease. So what he meant there is that in case of arthritis, if you treat a patient based on the joint complaints, you will not be able to cure the underlying disease until and unless you ask the patient of his modalities. What is he better by? What is he worse by? In chronic diseases, you have to address the underlying susceptibility of the patient, and then you have to see beyond the totality of the symptom and then study the past medical history as well as the family history of the patient. And in every homeopathic case taking, the physical and mental constitution of the patient should be regarded as a totality of the patient. The predispositions that he was born with, the tendency that he has acquired, the state of his susceptibility, all these things are important to find the true simillimum of the disease. Now, in addition to this, if you take note of accessory conditions like his diet, lifestyle, culture, and environment, the factors will contribute to the maintaining cause of the disease and it will direct you to the right remedy. Now, once you understand the depth of what Hahnemann wanted to say, in footnote 2, he says, in all times, the old school physicians, that is the allopaths, not knowing how else to give relief, they sought to combat and if possible suppress by medicine. As you all know that many of the allergies and autoimmune diseases are cured by suppressing the particular organ or suppressing the immunity of the person. Here and there, a single symptom from among a number of diseases, a one-sided procedure, which under the name of symptomatic treatment, has justly excited universal contempt, because by it not only we gained nothing but we have harmed so much. We have harmed the patient by inflicting the pain, by inflicting the organs with suppression. Okay. A single one of the symptoms present is no more the disease itself than a foot is the man himself. So you cannot claim that the organ or the part of the body is disease. You have to always say that the man himself is diseased. Now this procedure was so much the more reprehensible that such a single symptom was only treated by an antagonist remedy, that is the palliative or an antipathic remedy. Okay, so whereby every slight elevation, it was only subsequently rendered all the worse. So even with the slightest palliation or the slightest elevation of the pain used to make the pain worse. Okay, so that he says in the footnote 2. So I hope you understood aphorism number 7. So overall, in conclusion, in aphorism number 7, Henneman states that the patient showing no exciting or maintaining cause for his disease, the physician should always focus on the morbid symptoms alone and should get the totality of the symptom or the portrait of the disease through his morbid symptoms alone, but he should always remember there is a possibility of an underlying miasm or accessory circumstances when he is doing so, and always pay attention to removing the cause which exists in the patient's body in the form of foreign substances, and then you can expect a cure which occurs spontaneously. And a physician should always have complete knowledge, including the knowledge of emergency procedures, and that can make you a complete knowledgeable physician. Okay, so now if you have understood this aphorism, please let me know in the comment section below what is the difference between 5th and 7th aphorism according to Henneman. So what is the difference between 7th aphorism and 5th aphorism in the comment section below, and I hope this video was helpful. I hope you understood what Henneman meant through aphorism number 7 and the footnotes, and you understood the explanation of these footnotes. Thank you for watching this video.